guys, okay, well, you can't see me. There we go, let's try that better, okay. So, I wanted to talk a little bit more about, Chester Bennington. I swear I'm not trying to get views or anything like that from this. It's just, okay, well, I think I kind of have to explain a little bit more. I'm a 90s baby, so I've got to see a lot of bands come to light. Fall Out Boy, Linkin Park, um, Fall Out Boy, Linkin Park, Hollywood Undead, all of those great bands that are, Grammy and Billboard and all that have all these awards. I got to see them come to light, just growing up. And, so something like Chester Bennington dying, it hits hard. Because that's someone who I thought was a legend when I was growing up. And, yeah. So, when all this came out about him being dead, Brian Welch from Korn, another great band that I'm not like a huge Korn fan, but I like their music, and, I own a few CDs, and, yeah. And so, anyways, Brian Welch from Korn, who is known in the band as, I believe he's Head, either Head or Fieldy, I can't exactly remember. I'm sure somebody will correct me, I know you will. So, I'm gonna stop saying that. He was basically, when all these celebrities released their condolences, their little tributes to Chester, he did as well, and he was saying that he was fed up, that he was pissed off, and that he was sick and tired of everybody committing suicide because they felt like they didn't have any other, choice. I myself in the past dealt with depression. I still somewhat do, and sometimes when you're someone who's dealing with depression, who has dealt with depression, you really feel like there really is no other way to make the thoughts and everything stop. It's like you have those thoughts like, well, maybe if I wasn't here, maybe this wouldn't have happened. If I wasn't here, then everybody else would be so much better off, And, yeah, granted, those thoughts are a little, I'm just gonna come out and say a little chicken shit, but they're thoughts that you have in your darkest moments. And, that's kind of what all us Linkin Park fans related to with Chester's songs. All, if not a good few, are really about dealing with a fight against something that's bigger than yourself. Look at Leave Out All the Rest. Yes, I'm not exactly sure if he wrote it for Twilight or if it was on one of their records and the people at Summit Entertainment heard it and they said it would be perfect for the movie or what. I don't know exactly how all that went down with it, but it's literally like, it reads like a suicide note almost, or a farewell note to fans, which he had in the past. I was watching some interviews and stuff like that of, Chester, because they're all coming out now. He said in the past that he did, have thoughts of suicide, and I believe that was right around the time that he may have written the, Leave Out All the Rest. So yeah, and I know I said I was going to do a cover of Leave Out All the Rest, but when I was listening to it to make sure I remembered all the words, is when I really kind of started to pay attention to it and realized the deeper meaning in the song, and I just thought, this isn't right, I shouldn't. The memory should be him singing it, not some fan screwing it up trying to pay tribute, you know? They were supposed to start a tour this coming week, I think, with Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know what is going to happen with that now. I don't think any of us know. I don't even think the members of Linkin Park know. They're just kind of like in this limbo, you know? Really, everybody is, you know? I think what happened is, so, okay, so Chester Bennington was, I guess you could say sexually molested by one of his friends when he was younger. It went from, just the whole kids being kids thing, what does this thing do, how does this work type of thing, to more. Over the years it just kind of flourished into more, I guess you could say. Um, Now, I myself was molested when I was a kid, so I really kind of know the feeling of that. Yeah, granted, it never really bothered me until I, you know, maturing and started to really start to think, well, maybe these people don't like me because of what happened in the past, And that's definitely the thought that you have. And so I think that, and then apparently I don't know for sure if his wife's Twitter was hacked or if they're all true tweets from her or not, but um, the day that he died, when it came out, tweets were sent from her Twitter account. There was one tweet that said, "I have proof that he was dead before he hung himself," and that she was cheating on him with Mike. So I don't know if any of that is true or not, but then you have to factor in that Chris Cornell did just die, and him and Chris were very good friends, so much so that Chris had actually named Chester godfather of one of his kids. So I think all of that, and then people were hating on uh, the new album, One More Light. So I just think all of that, and then he apparently was dealing with drug addiction. So everything, I think, just came to a head, and yeah, it's, again, I'm going to say chicken shit that somebody would think that suicide is the way out, but at the same time, somebody who's had those same thoughts, you know, it's also very understandable. I myself, I don't know how to feel. No, it's like one of those things that it's still such a shock that you really don't know how to feel. You're like, well, I should be sad, but at the same time, you're happy because he's not suffering anymore. You know, if you listen to those songs that, right now I can think of Heavy, One More Light, Leave Out All the Rest, In the End, and Numb. Those are the five that I can think about that I know of that are kind of, about depression, I guess you could say. If you listen to them, Numb was like one of their first singles. Way back then, you could tell he was dealing with something within himself that, nobody really knew. Yeah, we can get, help from medication or from therapy, and on the outside we could be smiling and looking fine, but then on the inside it's like, you know, you're dealing with something bigger. Hold on, I think Frankie is going to knock on the door right now. Let's see how right I am on this. Okay, I guess not. Anyways, so yeah, guys, that's really all I wanted to talk about. Brian Welch was, I guess, very close to Chester as well. They were really good friends. So for him to be going through the 8 signs of grief, I think it was. Can't remember how many steps of grief there is, but for him to be going through that, the anger, the bargaining, the acceptance, and I'm gonna have to watch Bridge to Terabithia again. I can't remember that. But there's so many steps to it. So right now, when he made that, that post, he was in the anger stages. He was pissed off because really there was nothing that anybody could do because nobody knew. Because when you're dealing with something like that, you don't want anybody to know, because you don't want anybody to think you're a freak or anything like that. You know? So, yeah, this will be the last video I make, I promise. Um, I don't... I really don't know what... Yeah, what to think. So I'm gonna go, guys. I'm going to film another, how long will it spin video. I have the other, thing here from my brother. It's a purple one. It's got, yeah. So I'm gonna film it, and I'm gonna film the other ones. So now I have a total of 8. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.